Steamians, what's up? Dan at Starlight here. So I guess if I'm actually going to do this vlogging thing for real, I better start turning the camera on and talking even when I don't really feel like talking, which is right now. And that's obviously because of the market correction / bubble popping. I don't think it's a bubble popping. Rationally, I don't think this is a big deal, but doesn't mean I'm not feeling the emotions of the market going down. I actually feel these emotions rather strong, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You just need to recognize what they are and whether they're helpful or not. And I've decided to not make any decisions in moments like this based on these types of emotions because it's too easy to get caught up in the moment. When we're dealing with, cryptocurrencies taking over the world, we're looking at a large time scale, right? So when you get caught up in the emotions of one day next compared to the next day, you're not looking at the big picture. And the big picture is very clear to me. And I'm not saying I'm right about it. I'm just saying that I know what I believe about the big picture. And I believe that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Steam and maybe a couple others are ones that I believe in having a very good chance long term. And I didn't buy Bitcoin so it would go to like $3,000. I bought Bitcoin because it could change the world and it could go to $1 million, right? So I'm not going to sweat $1,000 drop. Again, I'll feel the emotions of it, but I'm not going to sell Bitcoin for $2,000. You can. If you're trading it, you might want to do that. I don't know. I hope you have a trading plan. But for me, it's like, I'm not a trader. Maybe I will be someday. I trade a little bit for fun, but I'm an investor and I find things that I think have a lot of value long term, and I try to keep my eye on the long term picture. So, I think that, with Steam and Bitcoin, again, the two that I really believe in, and that's the thing, is that you really need to put money where you believe in it because of moments like this. If I didn't believe in some of the coins that I was holding right now, then I would sell them. I'd have no reason to hold them when the market is panicking, right? But the only reason I can hold these when everyone else is afraid and selling is because I believe in them long term. And I think that 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, they're going to be worth way, way, way more. So everyone's whipping up the bubble chart all the time, asking, are we in the bear trap? Are we in the bull trap? We might not even be in a bubble, right? Like, we might just be on a long bull run with a bunch of corrections on the way. And, Bitcoin has a limited supply, right? Like, it is a finite amount. There might never be a popping of Bitcoin in our lifetime, right? Bitcoin might be the new thing, just like the internet, and it might not end in our lifetime. So, it could. I really don't know. But if we are in a bubble, it's a really tiny bubble, in my opinion. And everybody wants to compare it to the .com bubble. And I just don't see it. Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't part of the .com bubble, so I don't really know what it was like, but I just have the impression that was a much bigger scale. I have the impression that the stock market collapsed basically in tandem with the .com bubble, and this is really not on that type of scale, like, yet. Now, it might be. We may be in the bear trap of that bubble, right? But if so, then it's got a long way to go before, just random people in coffee shops are talking about buying Bitcoin and Steam and other cryptos. Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is I feel the emotions, but my personal opinion is that this correction is probably close to over, and we're going to resume our massive bull trend. Could be now, could go down to 1,700 or around there and resume. Could touch 1,000 again. I don't really know where it's going to find support, but and then that's the thing, is I'm not a technical analyst. I don't do technical analysis. I mean, I find it interesting, but I'm just looking at fundamentals. I'm looking at the big picture, and I think that we're just at the beginning of something. And these are nice little training bumps to help you learn how to hold further in the future if you're more of an investor like me rather than just someone trying to make money off of volatility. So, anyways, who knows what's going to happen? My guess is that, this is just a little blip on the massive upswing, but we will see. Dan at Starlight, peace out.